So some common experiences with women with ADHD tend to be around the executive functioning mindset. So some of the things is like it's the time blindness, which means it's now or not now that things get done. So this leads especially to, say, let's just say moms, for example, they start a lot of tasks around the house because it has to be done now or it's not going to get done. But this often leads to a lot of things being started and not finished. So you can kind of almost see where you've been in the house because things have been started but not quite finished. So that's a very common experience of this. I have to do it now or it's not going to get done. Another one is organizing in doom piles, right? This is a term that a lot of ADHD therapists will use, is doom piles. And what this means is that ADHDers tend to organize in piles, right? So we all know we have a tendency to have that pile of laundry somewhere that never gets quite put away. Or even what I find is that there are these doom piles, and to everyone else they look like just a pile of stuff, but the ADHDer will know exactly what's in the pile, where it is. So it's just a different way of organizing for those with ADHD. Before you get into, say, a therapist office or find a therapist that works for you, some good tips are work with your organization skills. So what I tell people is have only clear bins. Nothing goes in a box or anything. Like if the tendency is if you don't see it, it doesn't exist. So working with that. So you have clear bins. Also too, I really recommend having what I call a messy bin. And it's going to be small, it's going to be transparent, but it's going to be where you put everything that you don't have time right now to put away. So that way you have a place where everything is, and then later on it's easier, especially if you are living with someone where you can be like, hey, I'm going to put this away right now. So with time blindness, there are a few things that you can start doing before you get in to see a therapist. And one of them is they have a lot of new pompodoros and timers that show color. There's ones where it's a cube and you flip it up and it's 10 minutes. But if you know that you have a hard time managing how much time you're spending on things, really try to use alarms to time yourself. And I tell people, don't use your phone. Go a little bit old fashioned, use a timer or something that you can put aside, because if you use your phone, we have a tendency to turn off the alarm and then continue but exactly what we're doing. So trying to get away from the phone and using alarms can be very helpful. Working with a therapist for these is going to be very important because it's more than just doing these things and learning skills around them. It's processing the emotions around it, but also to the uncomfortableness, right? That's what we really have to lean into when we have ADHD. So that's where a therapist is really going to help you.